Weird. It's trying to be funny,
Hey,
but it's
Doofus.
not.
Oh, hi!
Hey, how about another show?
Hey!
Sure. Any suggestions?
What was the one that was the least dumb? It would a good performance, just standing there, so completely still, but saying words at her. Wouldn't the silence of Lambert just be him not saying anything? Ugh, I forget what this one was about. Someone's surprise birthday party, and then I stopped paying attention. Yeah, go
Natural
crazy.
bald killers would be the obvious
Be,
choice.
be weird and
Go on,
violent.
move.
That seems distracting. To be really threatening. Yeah, I have to intervene, but who knows which one.
Fernando, you've been such a good friend. I can't thank you enough for making me whole again.
I don't want to interrupt
Turn
the
this
show.
scalp into a breathtaking golden carpet.
I can't read it
such
from
as
here.
the world has never seen. Okay, Doctor.
Again? No
I'm counting
thanks.
down
I'm gonna
now.
have to think outside the box.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
This is not very intuitive. Yeah. Someone dies of seizure in the other one.
Hey, dude.
Oh,
Hey,
sure.
I think it was
how
this
about
one?
Business.
Yeah, all of a sudden I'm not feeling the game because it's trying really hard to be funny, and it's not.
I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's this smell?
I don't wanna-
Bacon? Oh, Bobby, my head hurts. I'm seizing. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great audience.
Are you kidding me? I have to tase him? Is that the implication there? That's horrible. Ugh. Well, let's round it out and get the
Hey,
last one, I guess.
Oh, hi.
We are so mean to this guy!
another show?
Like,
Sure.
that's
Any
horrible!
suggestions?
Probably.
Oh, I'm good.
It's like super horrible to do to this guy. And we're like really mean to him in the first place. We're not telling him he's gonna...
Al Consuelo.
Smoking a lot.
Oh, I wish I could speak. I have so many things left to say. My chest, no! It can't be! Hold me!
Good idea, but
thank you.
it wouldn't
You've
match
been a
his
great
symptoms.
audience.
Oh my god. Fine. I got an achievement for watching all that stupid shit. This woman is probably like, what
Hey,
the fuck?
doofus.
He keeps coming in here.
Hey,
Sure.
The one where you have a seizure. That one,
How
I think?
about-
Business.
This is super unintuitive. I would have never guessed this weird shit.
I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's this smell? Bacon? Oh, Bobby, my head hurts. I'm seizing.
nurse, he's seizing.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god. I thought she was
Man,
a slightly
I feel like a
unlikable.
Total jackass. I'll have to make it up to the poor guy later.
A little more than feeling like a jackass. That's basically evil. Holy shit. I thought she was mildly unlikable before and had some likable moments, but now it's like, wow, I'm an asshole. Oh my god, please. Admin. Password is admin too. Just like real life.
Employee of the month, Carlita Mendez. Ugh, what a joke. It's that obnoxious nurse.
Probably the only nurse in here, man.
Rows and columns of files. Probably easier to use the computer if I need to do some digging.
Oh, that's right. I have that thing that can extract admin accounts. Although, why would it work on a hospital computer? Wait, is it this disc or the other? No, it's just, that's the only one I got, so... Thought this was like only for dorm computers on the dorm network or whatever. C. Mendez, Otorgador. Someone translate that, it probably means something. C. Mendez, Otorgador. Otorgador. What's his name again? Wade? Mm-hmm. He old. Swahili for trying too hard? The hell? Heart surgery. He's in room 6B. Alright. Bestower? Weird. Man, electrocuting a guy. Yikes. Thought she was being unethical, you know, pretending to be a police officer. Went way beyond that.
It's all right, Claude.
Understood, sir.
Claude.
So, you managed to find me.
I did.
Yeah.
Let's get this over with then. How do you want your
I
pictures?
did a lot of
Shall
unethical
I get
shit.
some tubes to fill my face with? Will that suffice for your front page?
I'm no journalist. Well, not yet anyway.
She's but a cub. So,
Buttercup.
you're hoping for your big break. Surely this must be worth an
Oh
interview.
my god, I'm here for reasons
Do you want me
related
call
to shiny
Thompson
balls in the
Times
forest,
and
alright?
Get it over with. I still play golf with him every once in a while.
You're assuming a lot, Mr. Wade.
Guilty as charged. It's a stance I find remarkably effective for a man with little time and a tendency to be correct.
You might want to rethink that attitude. I haven't.
I'm like really contrary and sarcastic, so it's not gonna work on me.
Well, I'll indulge you for now.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog.
Who
I
are
don't do things like by the
I'm
book.
Wade. Joseph was my grandfather.
No, I'm not a real journalist. I'm in school to be a journalist.
You were at the funeral.
I was.
You were late.
I needed my morning smoke. Besides, it's not like Grandpa was.
I was late for reasons. Alright.
Oh, just look at her, Claude. She's absolutely fearless. That's Joseph's blood running through her veins.
She certainly has a smart mouth, sir.
I must say, you have me intrigued, Kathy. What can this old man help you with?
Do
Lots
you
of
know
stuff.
anything about what happened to my grandfather in '81?
I wish I did, Kathy. You must know
Oh, he's
I
got a
did
monocle now.
everything in my power to help. How do you think Mary Elizabeth could afford all that expensive treatment? MRIs, neurologists, say what you will about Joseph. But he was never rich.
Yeah.
Strange.
That's Kathy
Grandma
right
never
there.
mentioned that to me.
She's just too proud. At first she refused.
He does look a
She
little
was
like Richard
convinced that I had
Dawkins.
an agenda, that there were strings attached.
And were there?
Don't be silly. Despite all that had happened, I still loved Joseph dearly. I wanted to help. People from places like this have a deeply rooted mistrust in the rich, passed on for generations. In her eyes, I had become one of them.
So that's all you know about the whole affair?
Are you implying that there's more to know? I left the diagnosis to the professionals. Mrs. Rain accepted the health care, but asked me to stay out of everything else. So I did.
I see. What can you tell me about your friendship with Grandpa?
Joseph was the best friend I ever had.
BFFs.
We grew up together. Married our high school sweethearts together.
Had some
Went to
orgies. I mean,
war
nothing.
Together. I can't even begin to count the number of times he's saved my life. I repaid the favor once or twice, but he came up ahead, no doubt.
So, when did you two lose touch? I heard that something happened between you and him. What was it?
The truth is, Brian Rain happened. Sharon Evans happened.
My parents?
Yes. They ruined everything with vile, destructive behavior. I couldn't have that around my daughter or my newborn grandson.
Well, I believe it because Kathy's kind
Joseph
of a
was
shit.
naive. He
I bet her
believed that
parents were not
anyone
that
could be
great.
helped, that anyone could be reasoned with, given a chance. He was just too good, bless him. He should have been harder on Brian, more strict.
I'm so sassy. I'm too sassy. I just gotta be the sassiest
It's hardly
person.
Grandpa's fault. He did everything he could to set my father straight.
Oh, I never claimed to doubt Joseph's commitment, but I'm not going to ignore his flaws either. Your grandfather often used his heart when he should have used his head.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
I believe it is, objectively. But I shouldn't speak ill of the dead. Eventually, my company grew much too large for this little town, and we moved on.
I forget what his company
Not long after
is or
that,
does.
your
I
grandfather
forget if they told
ended
us or
up in a
not.
Wheelchair. That marked the end of our friendship, for obvious reasons.
By the way, that's because he became like comatose in that wheelchair, not because he like refuses to be friends with people in a wheelchair.
You bought a number of paintings by Lily Myers. Why?
I'm known to dabble in art from time to time. Martha, my wife at the time, was enamored with the paintings. I believe she first saw them at the high school which the Myers girl attended. Anyway, after the poor girl killed herself, I bought the paintings speculatively. When a young artist with any talent to speak of commits suicide, it can be a wet dream of certain connoisseurs.
Combining the word
Shortly
suicide,
after
wet
killing
dream,
her,
and connoisseur
I had it
is a
valued
bad
by an
writing
expert who
choice.
determined that the value was 3 times the amount I bought it for. Today, I'm sure I would have made my money back tenfold or more if it wasn't for the art theft.
What art theft?
There was a burglary at the mansion I used to own here in town. It was all over the local news at the time.
Well, shit.
An art heist.
Eloquently put.
Can you tell me about the art theft?
Well, somebody broke in, stole the paintings, and got out. Fairly clumsy job. Lots of broken windows. The strangest thing was that I had a Monet, a Rembrandt, and 2 paintings by Picasso, untouched. But every single painting by an unknown local artist, gone.
That can't be a coincidence.
Agreed. Somebody wanted those paintings badly.
I assume there was an investigation.
Yes, Sheriff Truman came by with his deputy a few hours later, but they didn't have much luck. They found a few hairs, which turned out to be from Ruffles, the family dog.
Ruffles!
Some stunning police work right there.
Ruffles!
There was a single witness
What a name for a dog.
who said he could make out multiple burglars leaving the scene
ROFL.
at the time,
Ruffle.
but nothing more than that.
So, I take it the case was closed?
Yes. I honestly didn't care much one way or the other, given the fact that my most expensive pieces were safe and sound.
I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff about the matter, if that's okay with you.
Certainly. I'll call ahead and instruct him to give you everything you need.
That'd be great. Thanks, Charles.
Anytime. But I'm curious, what's your interest in the paintings?
I've learned that
point-
my
point and
grandfather
click
went to
based
sue and asked to
interests.
see them, right before he had his injury.
Is that so?
Ruffles. I want to meet Ruffles the dog. So I'm still chuckling at my mind's telling me no, but my body is telling me taste the sky.
Do you recognize the call sign Cocky?
Would be strange if I didn't, since I was the one who coined it. It
Who
belonged
gives
to a fellow
themselves
named
their
Jimmy
own?
Cochran.
Oh, I thought he was
a
cocky.
coward, really. The nickname is somewhat of a bad joke.
Perfect. Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Tell me about Jimmy Cochran. Is he still alive?
In a literal sense, he's been held in a mental institution for years.
Let me guess. Since 81?
Either 82 or 83. I'm fairly certain it was early 83.
Do you remember the name of the institution?
Something starting with an E. Emerson, Everton, or similar.
Ingstrom? Ingstrom Psychiatric Hospital?
Yes, that's the one. You know the place, Kathy.
Man, this song never gets started. It's just dun 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 dun. Well, I want to know what's going on with Mom, so.
I do. My mother is in there. Sharon Evans? I had her committed about a year ago.
I see. It must have taken a lot of courage to do that, Kathy. Mothers have a lot of power over us. More than most of us care to admit.
I guess so. Do you know why Jimmy ended up in there?
Some obsessive-compulsive syndrome. He became fixated with circles and started hurting himself, trying to scratch the circles out of his head.
Creepy. I wonder what set
Orbs.
him off. I think I'll check the place out tomorrow. Too late to head back to the city now.
Space orbs, the sporbs.
What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like any other church to me. But then again, I'm not their usual clientele. Weddings, baptisms, and funerals are just about what I can muster. And I always leave early.
Man, there is a huge bee hanging out outside my window, just like trying to get in. Please don't come in. He's big enough he could just break through if he got enough speed. It's gigantic.
Thanks, Charles. That's all I need for now.
You're welcome, Kathy. Come back anytime.
Looks like Wade brought some of his old tunes with him. Just some boring landscape paintings. I'd rather not. He'd crush me like a twig.
That hasn't stopped you from being sassy to literally every fucking person you've met so far, including like a random homeless guy that you're insulting to his face, the sheriff who's also bigger than you and threatened to put you in jail. I feel like there's more people that she's been actively just hostile towards and has not taken any like consideration to like, will they get violent with me until this bodyguard shows up, who looks like a chill guy just hanging out, really.
A private phone. Wade must get special privileges here.
Special. I guess he's like rich. I think there was definitely a bee because it was really fat. Didn't look like a wasp. Wasps are kind of like longer and skinnier, sort of. This one was just like bulbous. Still scary though. Hum-de-dum-de-dum. Let's visit Grandma. Let's say hi to Grandma. I just want to say hello. Feel bad not visiting Granny when I'm in town again. Hi, Meemaw.
Oh, hello, dear. Glad to see you again so soon.
Hi, Grandma. I just thought I'd drop by.
Sure, hon. Stay as long as you'd like.
Grandmama.
Mind if we talk for a bit, Grandma?
Not at all, dear. What's on your
Actually,
mind?
I'm in the middle of the latest Game of Thrones and I'm kind of invested. Can you come back in 40 minutes or so?
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is? He was a friend of Grandpa's.
I believe he teaches at the flight school these days.
I don't think so, at least not anymore. I was told he was placed in a mental facility.
Really? He always struck me as a kind man. Maybe a bit nervous and on edge, but not crazy.
Kind people
There's
can't be
more.
crazy.
I found out that Jimmy asked Grandpa for help not long before Grandpa ended up in that wheelchair. Jimmy sounded really desperate. I'm sure what happened to Grandpa that night had something to do with his cry for help.
You should go find the man then. Surely he must know something.
That's the plan. I just wondered if there's anything else you think I should know about him.
Not really. We haven't stayed in touch since Joseph was injured. I know that he had a wife, Agatha, and a son, James. Agatha passed away from cancer years ago, but as far as I know, James still lives in the city with his family.
Okay, thanks, Grandma.
Yeah, Kathy is way too cool for school. She doesn't have to go to school to do her journalism degree. This is all field work for journalism stuff.
I don't see a reason to ask her about that.
Okay, fine.
I don't see a reason. Bye, Grandma. I'll
Nah,
be
Grandma's
back
not really a hint
So
system. I
long.
thought that, like, Eileen on the phone was kind of a hint system, but not really. Just a couple characters will give you little hints. Kathy, doesn't think it might bother her grandma to revisit tragic events involving her recently deceased husband. No, because Kathy only thinks for herself. She does not care about anybody else's comfort or being respectful or anything like that. Oh, that's right, we're going to the sheriff's station. Hey, Lenlen.
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy.
Lenny! This ridiculous dude.
Do you know who
Not
Jimmy
over it.
Cochran is?
Not really, Kathy.
Oh, is he the one that makes those delicious breakfast sausages?
Nah, I don't want to. Nah,
Those are just
well,
great.
gotta go.
See ya.
Lenny, you're not very useful at all.
Hello, Sheriff. Mind if I ask you a few more questions?
If you must.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
Nope.
Do you know?
Yes, Mr.
Okay.
Wade phoned ahead about that. Lenny,
Yes, boss.
get the report from the burglary in the Wade estate back in '86.
On it, boss.
No,
There
I
you
have
go,
not
Kathy.
played D4.
Thanks, buddy.
I've seen little chunks of it, and it looks really good, but I just haven't gotten around to playing. Dark Dreams die. Don't die? Whatever. 1 a.m. The alarm went off. 2 a.m. God, it took them a whole hour to respond? Jesus. How small is this small town? It's like huge. Broken windows. No perpetrators. Yeah, well, they had a whole fucking hour to get out. 20 minutes later, single witness identified as Franklin Goldfarb reports seeing multiple burglars leaving. Next month, goes to make an official statement about how many things have been stolen. And 15-ish days later. No, we don't know where the paintings are. Never mind. Bye. What a good precinct you have here.
I gotta find this Goldfarb guy. Maybe he knows more about the burglary.
Blink, blink, blink. Yep. It's American style. Yeah. It's the way I'm accustomed to checking out dates. Can't use the phone here, so. Go back to Grandmama's house and look up that guy in the phone book, maybe. I love American style dates because that's how you say it. You say, like, February 12th, 2006. You don't say 12th of February, 2006. Some people do, but most people don't.
Nah,
Well, he's not gonna be in there.
no Goldfarb in here. Maybe he moved? I should ask around and see if anyone knows him.
Ugh.
No result for that.
There's no result for the church? That's weird. Peculiar. Oh, maybe Grandma knows who that guy is. I should have asked Grandma. Grandma, do you know that guy?
Oh,
Oh! Oh! It's
Mind
my
if we talk for a bit,
grandchild!
not at all.
Who this guy?
Does the name Franklin...
Oh, that poor man. He used to be an upstanding citizen, you know. Now he's constantly drinking and keeps babbling on about that imaginary acting career of his.
Sad thing. Do you
I know
where
where I can find him. I know.
He's homeless, dear.
I know where.
Lost his job a few years ago and never really got back on his feet.
Okay, now I know who you're talking about. Thanks, Grandma.
I just could not narrow it
Looks like
down
I'm
with
gonna have
that
to
with that whole acting thing.
See you later,
I've met
Gramps.
so many actors so far. I mean, it's all just a big blur to me. Huge, huge blur. Everyone's just discussing why month, day, year is a better layout than day, month, year. Well, last place we saw him was a clinic, but I bet he's not there anymore. Nope. Well, we did tase him, so maybe he is in the clinic, actually. Maybe he's in the clinic, and now he has a big hospital bill because of us, and he's fucking homeless. I have not played the adventure game Resonance.
I need a word, Miss Mendez.
How do you know my name?
It's written on that board behind you, genius.
So
You have
mean.
the eyesight of a bald eagle or something?
What can I say? I'm a freak of nature. What happened to Goober, anyway?
You tased him?
The guy who had the seizure?
Oh, he ran off somewhere. Kept babbling about a religious near-death experience.
Okay, thanks.
Alright, I think he went to the church. Well, it's been an hour, so I should run that commercial that I usually run every hour on the streams, or else I don't make any money. That's the problem when you don't run the commercials. You don't get any money gradually, over time, over months. So, be right back. Okie dokie. So we're going to, I believe, the church? Maybe? There he is. Hi.
Hello, Father.
Greetings, my child. I'm glad you decided to come here.
Yeah, but just so you know, I'm not here to join your church or anything.
I would
well,
never assume
then
that.
get the fuck out.
So, with that out of the way, I have some questions.
Anything you need. I'm Isaac Price.
Kathy Rain, but I'm guessing you figured that out already.
I did. Rumors spread quickly around here. So how can I be of service?
I don't know, just everything.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in 81?
It was the work of the devil, I'll say that much. Joseph was a kind man. He did not deserve such a fate. You
Why
heard
does
my
God
speech
let
today.
bad things happen to good people?
Meant every word. He was a
Why
great
God
man
let the devil
who
do
did
that,
much
man?
good for this community.
Did you know him personally?
In a way, he and my father did charity work together. Joseph was around a lot when I was young. They collaborated on a few different projects for the homeless and for the troubled youth, among other things.
So my grandfather was a member of the church?
I wouldn't say that, no. He was a friend of the church, but he wasn't a religious man. He believed only in philanthropy. That being said, Joseph was the person who convinced me to become a priest.
Really?
Oh yes, I was a teenager back then, full of rebellion, every fiber of my being wanting to distance myself from my father. Joseph made me realize my sinful pride and showed me how I
My
should follow
sinful
my heart
pride.
regardless of what others might think. And for that, I'm eternally grateful.
I didn't come here to join. I came here to diss religion while doing sweet skateboard tricks off the pews. Hey, Father, can God microwave a burrito so hot that even he cannot eat it? What about that?
Does the name Lily Myers mean anything to you?
It does. I was a substitute teacher in her high school for some time before I was ordained.
Really? Did you know her personally?
We weren't close. I only knew her as much as a teacher would know any student.
All right, so how did she seem toward the end?
For one, she started skipping school a lot. And when she did show up, she was absent-minded and moody. She always looked depressed and hunched down like she had a whole world on her shoulders.
Oh, she was probably pretty cool like me.
This change?
Not a clue. All I know is that when she returned from that last summer break, she was a whole different person.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
I don't recognize that name, no.
Do you know anything about an art theft at the Wade estate in the 80s?
I have just a vague memory of reading about it in the paper.
Care to tell me the history of the
Oh,
church?
buckle up!
I'd be happy to. The story is a fascinating
Give me the
one.
paragraphs,
This church
baby.
was founded by my father, William T. Price, in the
William
70s.
T. Kirk.
Back then, he made his living as a traveling salesman and was driving through this area as he'd done so many times before. However, this day was different. My father held dark thoughts in his mind. He was angry, thinking of evil deeds, even considering swerving off the road into a rock and ending it all. Then suddenly, divine intervention. 3 bright lights appeared. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, the sign of God.
And an alien was there
This
too.
epiphany was the moment my father had been waiting for. He sold all of his belongings and took me and my brother to live with him here in Conwell Springs. Soon thereafter, he built this church and started gathering followers. They began to refer to him as Father Bill.
I take it that window up there resembles what he saw when he had this epiphany?
Indeed, the stained glass window depicts the Holy Trinity as witnessed by my father.
Do you know exactly when or where this event took place?
Why do you ask?
Oh, just curious. It's a captivating story.
Well, it was in the spring of 1971, but my father never told anyone where.
Okay, so what happened then?
I think it's in the woods.
People flocked to Father Bill. He started teaching, writing scripture. The church flourished and continued to grow all the way up
People
until
get Holy
Sunday.
Trinity from Sky Orbs because there's 3 of them.
That's
Duh.
when I
3.
stepped in to take leadership
Duh.
of the church.
Trinity,
I take
3.
it that the church started declining after the death of Father Bill?
Yes, naturally so. With such a magnetic personality, he was irreplaceable. But I assure you, the church is still very much thriving.
Yeah, looks like it.
Looks kinda empty to me.
It's not really.
Well, it's a
big
Wednesday afternoon,
What's up with
bitch.
you handing out pamphlets at funerals then? Trying to reel people in at a weak moment?
I'm going to assume you meant no disrespect.
Oh no, I meant it. I'm
simply
very
providing divine guidance
disrespectful.
when it's needed the most.
I'm disrespecting all y'all shit. Damn, you're lucky I didn't like wipe my feet on the tabernacle tablecloth. Shit.
Do you know who Franklin Goldfarb is?
I'm afraid not, my child.
Altar, tablecloth, tabernacle. I used to know these words. I went to Catholic school.
That's all I need for now, Father.
May the Lord shine his light on you.
Yeah, and also with you and for the Force or whatever. That's probably what she would have said.